I like that show, especially the man who plays the father, Buddy Epstein.
Doggy.
Followed by Green Acres.
Doggy.
Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres. Weeknights at 9 and 9:30 p.m. on WZMQ MeTV.
The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp is live with all the latest reaction to President-elect Trump's administration selections. Plus, it's opening day for firearms season in Michigan. The DNR is reporting a slow start so far. We'll go over the numbers. And the holiday season is already upon us. We'll visit a business in Gladstone that's been busy making wreaths. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
As you check things out, the weather in Marquette, the clouds gradually thinning out as they did later in the afternoon here. We're looking at temperatures dropping into the upper 30s here on that south to southwest wind. By daybreak, down into the mid 30s. Could be a little frosty for some of you on the inland side here, again toward the Wisconsin border, where temperatures will be at or below freezing. Now watch for that. Otherwise, expect clearing skies throughout the Upper Peninsula for the balance of the night. Weekend outlook coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Thank you, Tom. Before President-elect Donald Trump assumes office in January, he's announcing his nominees for the federal government's top spots. Some of the announcements have even surprised lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live from the U.S. Capitol. And Rachel, what's the latest on his picks?
Good evening, Kevin. So there are some controversial picks. For example, Robert F. Kennedy to head the HHS department. Kennedy has been known to spread some unfounded claims about vaccines. And then the now former Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida. He was at one point the center of a federal investigation into sex trafficking. No charges were brought in that, and Gaetz has denied those allegations. So there are some concerns among lawmakers when it comes to these nominations, but these picks all have one thing in common, and that's they are all loyal to Trump. Some of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet and administration picks have caused a flurry of attention and mixed reaction among lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
If there are real and serious issues there'll be time for all of that. I'm sure there will be a thorough background look into all of the nominees. My own presumption with all of his nominees is that the president's entitled to choose his cabinet, and I presume I'll support them.
What I say to my Republican colleagues is show some backbone, be a senator, and let's vet these candidates for their experience and whether or not they're suitable for the position and whether or not they've been compromised. And let's truly put people into these positions who are going to do good for the nation.
Well, there's a lot of good candidates out there, and it's interesting to see who the president is nominating. And the bottom line is it's up to him, and then it's up to Senate to confirm him.
Political scientists say Trump likes people who will shake things up, but add cabinet secretaries need to be able to speak truth to power and be the devil's advocate.
We're seeing loyalty being valued as the number one thing. You need people to be honest, and you need to be able to tell the president that an idea is a bad idea if it is. We've seen presidents who surrounded by themselves with yes people do very terrible things, like the Bay of Pigs fiasco under JFK, but John F. Kennedy learned, and then he decided when we got to the Cuban Missile Crisis that he was going to surround himself by people who would directly try to question different ideas. So it is important that you have competition in the ideas and the persons surrounding the president, not just people who are going to implement anything the president wants.
Kevin, the Republicans will take over the Senate in January, and that's where the true test is going to be to see how much a pushback, if there's going to be any pushback, when it comes to some of these nominees. So, Kevin, we'll just have to wait and see until then. But for now, reporting live for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Rachel Knapp. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you as always. Today is opening day of firearm deer season. WZMQ reporter Samuel McKnight gives us a look at what the DNR is seeing so far this year.
Firearm deer season opened this morning, and the DNR is keeping track of the deer harvested.
Now that we've gone to a mandatory registration, most of what we've done today is just help people navigate that system so we can register your deer for you.
According to the DNR Service Center in Marquette, today was fairly slow for opening day, with only just over 300 deer registered in Marquette County so far.
I don't expect it to be a super great opener just because of the weather conditions, but as the season progresses, I'm sure we'll get some weather changes and those deer will start moving a little bit more, but a lot of folks are just happy to be out.
But Roll says that's not that strange, as not everyone registers right away and not everyone registers in person.
But if you have a smartphone or a computer, you can do that at home or when you have cell coverage. You could also call us if you weren't able to come in, but you do have 72 hours to do that.
The DNR can also help hunters see the weight and age of any deer they register in person.
We have a courtesy here. If you're interested, we can weigh your deer. It's nothing that we record or anything like that, but some folks like to know how old their deer is, how much does it weigh, and those kinds of things.
The registration also helps the DNR keep an eye out for chronic waste disease, which, while Roll says is always a concern, they're not too worried about this year.
We've only had one case identified, and that was years ago in Dickinson County, but we still are doing surveillance for it, and so we have some different counties that we're primarily looking for. Marquette County happens to be not one of the counties.
Samuel McKnight, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
If you need to register a deer or want to know more about CWD, we'll have a link to more information on our website. We're only halfway through November, and it's already the most wonderful time of the year for a seasonal business in Gladstone. Chenier's Wreaths fulfills just under 200 orders each year, which is approximately 800 Christmas wreaths, crosses, and porch pots. Roger Chenier combines white pine and balsam brush for his wreaths and decorates them with ornaments, pine cones, and one of 50 different bows. Production starts around Halloween, and he spends a lot of time handcrafting each wreath to be the perfect holiday decoration.
It was a family business, and I just thought nobody else wanted to do it, so I just thought I'd take it over. I hope they take pride in hanging it up. To be honest with you, I take pride in almost everything I do. I mean, it's hard to say, but I do.
Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons will show you more on how Chenier's wreaths are made at 11:10 Central. And your first warning weather forecast with Tom DeVecchio is after the break. Plus, with the holidays usually comes sugar. We'll hear how to manage your intake this season when we come back.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
Tonight, CBS Fridays are heating up.
It's a new beginning, and I want to be there.
Release the hostages! A new SWAT.
Call my team and tell them to buckle up.
A new Fire Country.
I need to fight fire.
And the final season of Blue Bloods.
That crosses a line.
3 epic shows. 1 unbeatable night of heroes.
Enjoy the ride.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
It all begins CBS tonight, starting at 8/7 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Recliners, recliners, recliners. Nobody gives you more choices than Shunk Furniture Marquette.
There's a tremendous selection of high leg recliners in stock or custom order. We have the largest selection of La-Z-Boy rocker recliners, hundreds of styles, sizes, and colors to choose from. And a great selection of leather and leather power recliners, all here for you to try. We have big chairs like the Beast and small chairs that will fit just about anywhere. They're all 25 to 35% off. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
As we make our plans for the weekend, overall looking decent for the weekend in general. Daytimes generally dry. We are looking at some rain showers though Saturday night. And if you live east of Marquette into Sault Ste. Marie, you might have a few leftover showers early on Saturday and early on Sunday morning. And then next week looking unsettled after a nice dry start Monday. It's rain and then probably some wet snow by the end of the week. It is that time of year. So Futurecast showing the clouds gradually diminishing tonight and then building up again on Saturday during the afternoon, becoming mostly cloudy everywhere by the evening. And then here comes some showers coming up through Wisconsin. And as we head on toward midnight, we will see some of that rain showers move across here. Quick mover. You can see by Sunday morning, most of the rain is out. Maybe a few leftover drops or a little drizzle here, Newberry eastward for the early mid-morning hours. You can see a lot of clouds here. I'll try to get maybe some breaks now and then later in the day on Sunday, but overall not too bad. And the winds, not a big factor for tonight into Saturday. They do shift more toward the south during the day Saturday, and actually pick up a bit by Saturday evening. A nice southwesterly flow will pick up about 15 miles an hour in Marquette by Saturday evening. Rainfall amounts here again fairly light, maybe 1/10 of an inch. Will squeeze it out for late Saturday night to Sunday Marquette. And we may even get close to that farther toward the east where you see some of the greens. But this isn't going to be, again, a big rainmaker as we head toward Saturday night. Tropical update, Tropical Storm Sarah, ouch, man, this is such a slow mover, pounding Honduras. They could get up to 20 to 25 inches of rain. Even Guatemala may get it on the action. Belize will be hit over the weekend and eventually into the rest of the Yucatan, possibly even maybe affecting Cancun by later in the weekend. But back to Michigan here, we'll have some high clouds around for tonight as the skies gradually clear out. That'll drop temperatures close to even below freezing along the Wisconsin border. But most of you will be in the mid to upper 30s, and a few of you near the lake dropping down to about 40 degrees. And not a bad day tomorrow. Morning sun, more afternoon clouds. We will keep it dry. Temperatures are well above normal, near 50 here in Marquette. Alto Escanaba looking at 50 as well. Iron River 48. Houghton at 53. And then Saturday night we'll see some showers. Most, if not all, the rain out by early Sunday morning with some afternoon sun breaking out. Decent Monday, then here comes the rain, and then colder air by Friday could allow that rain to change back to some wet snow. We'll be watching.
Thank you, Tom. With the holiday season approaching, many of us will have our fair share of sugar. The American Heart Association says on average, we eat more than 2 to 3 times the recommended amount of sugar each day. Kristen Mitchell has found some tips for cutting back.
The season of sweets is never ending at Regina's Candies in St. Paul.
How much sugar do you eat a day, you think?
A lot.
What does sugar do to our body?
It goes into our bloodstream, and then our friend insulin puts it into our cells so that we can utilize it for energy.
Dr. Allison Golnick is an integrative pediatrician at Allina Health.
If we have too much sugar, insulin can burn out, causing diabetes. And if we have too much sugar, our body has to store it somewhere, so it gets stored as adipose tissue, contributing to obesity.
How do you feel after you eat a lot of sugar? Do you notice a change in your body?
I think I get a hit of energy and then I get sleepy.
How much sugar should we be consuming a day?
In general, you want to have less than 25 grams of added sugars. A little more maybe for men, a little less for kids.
25 grams of sugar is about 6 teaspoons. May sound like a lot, but it's easy to consume that amount in just one serving. These candy bars, for example, have about 25 grams of sugar. And soda, an astounding 75 grams. So drinking one of these bottles would be about 3 times your daily limit.
Diet or zero sugar labeled foods contain artificial sweeteners, which doctors say can be harmful too.
The big whammy with these is that they're like 100 times as sweet as sugar. So they're training our taste buds to love sugar and want more and more and more.
Dr. Golnick recommends pairing sweets with fiber or protein, eating a savory breakfast instead of sweet, and taking a walk after eating.
I think there are more healthy things that are easy to grab instead of a cookie if you have discipline.
Discipline and understanding often confusing nutrition labels can help set you up for sweet success.
Coming up in Insights, we're joined by the representative-elect for the 109th State House District, Carl Bonak, fresh off his victory against Democrat opponent Jen Hill. That conversation coming up in 2 minutes.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-653-7551. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-653-7551. Order now.
It's men's night at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Join me for fun, food, music, prizes, and more. This year's grand prize is the ultimate outdoor package with prizes from Marquette Golf Club and the Marquette Sports Rack. Join me Friday, December 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. Whether it's your first time or 20th time, come be part of the men's night tradition at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. You know, what you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. This past election saw a historic victory for UP Republicans, with Carl Bonak winning the 109th State House District over incumbent Democrat Jen Hill. And Carl joins us now. Carl, how's it going?
It's going well, thank you.
I wanted to start out, just what was it like for you to, your first run at office and you win? What was that whole thing like?
Well, it was thrilling. I tell people it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It was quite a challenge. To be honest with you, it was the most challenging thing that I ever have done.
Mm-hmm. And so when you won that election night, what was going through your mind?
Well, we started getting the election results, and at first I sprung ahead, and then all of a sudden the city of Marquette came in, and it turned out that the last Republican nominee lost by 5,000 votes in 2022. We found out that we lost by something like 2,600 votes, so we knew we had it because all the surrounding areas were solidly in my corner. So we pulled it out by 2,000 votes.
Gotcha. So I also want to ask, what are you looking at first? What do you want to get working on right away?
Well, I know right now the House and the Senate, for that matter, is working on getting the Copperwood mine going in the western UP in Gogibic County, and also the the wage tip controversy with restaurants and waiters and waitresses. That's a big deal.
Right.
And then once we get into our session, one thing I'll be focusing on is the dark store issue, because that's a real issue for the small communities around the state of Michigan that lose out on a lot of revenue because there's a loophole in the tax law that says that these big box stores can actually say that they own an empty building. So they don't get taxed on any of the contents inside the building. So that's something that we'll be working on. And also energy legislation. That's one of the things that I ran on was the really terrible legislation that was passed back in 2023 that mandates that we cover the Upper Peninsula in wind turbines and solar panels, which is an intermittent, unreliable source of energy. And we're going to just basically change our whole landscape if something like that happens. Also, local control was taken away. So we want to work on all of those issues, and now we can work together as a unit.
Sure, yeah, and it's going to be all Republicans representing the UP. So what a difference do you think that makes going forward?
Well, you know, before that, even though there were Republicans and Democrats, because the 109th has been historically Democrat, like you mentioned, the representatives worked together for the Upper Peninsula. That didn't happen this last legislative session. So I think what will happen is a renewed interest in working together, sticking together, because we have such a small voice here in the Upper Peninsula. We're only 3% of the population.
Right, and Carl, I think that's all the time we have. I wish I could talk with you more longer, but that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, and still to come on your 19 News, Mike Ludlum has your look at sports, including the highlights from NMU women's soccer taking on Davenport. That's coming up when we come back.
This life that I'm building, I want it with Gabriella.
You're almost through training. Do not let him mess up your goals.
I'm your new boss. Show me your fire in the field. You could be excellent, but I see a lot of things pulling your focus.
So, me, ain't wrong. We're the problem.
I need to choose between being the best firefighter or you.
Fire Country is all new. CBS tonight, 9/8 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We're Riverside Auto Group with 7 locations to serve you. All the best brands, domestic and imported.
Each dealership has their own brand to hang their hat on.
But we all wake up every day to make your driving dreams come true. Our job doesn't stop when you buy a car.
It begins.
The price will bring you in.
How we take care of you.
And your car will bring you back.
Across our 7 locations, we at Riverside Auto Group tip our hat to you, our neighbors, family, and friends.
As children grow up, they face a lot of choices. Choices that affect their future or determine their character. Families can support their choices with a Met Prepaid Education Savings Program, where you pay for future education at today's prices. It's a safe, secure way to give them a debt-free start, or get back at least what you put in, often more, if they choose a different path. Because you can't predict the future, but you sure can prepare for it.
It's hilarious. Hidden camera. Hijinks. The world's longest running prank show is back. Just for laughs, gags.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Good evening, everyone. NMU women's soccer coach John Sandoval was suspended by the GLIAC for using too many players in Tuesday's 5-0 quarterfinal win over Michigan Tech in the GLIAC tournament. According to the GLIAC website, NMU played 29 student athletes in the win against Michigan Tech. Conference rules strictly limit participation in the conference tournament to 24 student athletes. The punishment, besides the Sandoval suspension for the next 2 GLIAC contests, including today, for the rest of the tournament, NMU will be limited to a maximum of 19 student athletes. Now, did that matter today against Davenport in the GLIAC semifinal? No, no, and no. We will pick up the action in the first half. 13th minute, Molly Pistorius dashes into the zone. Madison Bilbia across to Justina L'Esperance, which is coming up right about here. There's Bilbia getting the ball, and that will be a cross. And L'Esperance with a nice header for her 10th goal of the season. And the Wildcats had a 1-0 lead, and that was the score at intermission. Second half, 3rd minute or 48th minute if you prefer. Lesperance brings the ball in the penalty area. Doink, down she goes. No penalty, fans looking for one. Brooke Pietola, the Molly Pistorius, low serve to Bilbia, and just a simple chip for her 4th goal of the year. NMU with a 2-1 lead. About 15 minutes later, Kenna Alexander will have the ball for the Wildcats, and she will get it to Lesperance. And then Pistorius will tap the ball to Brooke Pietola, and zing, little goal right there for the GLIAC Offensive Player of the Year. Her 9th, 3-0 NMU. Wildcats advance to the league championship final with a 4-1 win over Davenport. Here's NMU assistant coach Natalie Stamfly filling in for Coach Sandoval.
And we got one early, which was really great, but then we kind of lost a little bit of what we were trying to do. Credit to Davenport as well. They were running through us. They were making really good plays also. At halftime, we just kind of talked about possessing the ball a little bit more, sticking more to our game plan, and they did a really good job of executing in the second half.
We knew what we had to do, and we had kind of a target on our back, and so we came out with confidence and we got it done. Yeah, we've been together for 3 years now, so you kind of get to know your players and their tendencies, and I feel like we read each other pretty well. So when she is running down the line, I know she's going to get a service off, so it's really nice playing with her. I'm going to miss it.
NMU will face Saginaw Valley State in the GLIAC Championship Sunday at 1 o'clock. It's now 1 o'clock. Cardinals defeated Grand Valley State in penalty kicks 3-2. NMU had plenty of players on the all-GLIAC women's team. Brooke Pietola, first team and Offensive Player of the Year. Hannah Costamo, Defensive Player of the Year, along with Lesperance, Pistorius, and Maria Storm, all on the first team. Michigan Tech's Julie Pietola, also on the first team. On the second, Freshman of the Year, Sally Patton, the goalkeeper for NMU. And honorable mention, Angelina Peritano for the Wildcats and Olivia Jett for Michigan Tech, and Sandoval, as we mentioned, the Coach of the Year. Basketball scores from this afternoon. NMU women defeated Minnesota Crookston 85-69. J.C. Weisbrod had 26 points, 6 of 9 from three-point range. Michigan Tech leads Bemidji State 65-41 starting the 4th quarter. The Green Bay Packers return from their bye and travel to Chicago Sunday. Let's hear from Coach Matt LaFleur about DeAndre Swift.
Some of the things that limited him maybe in Detroit, where he was injured a little bit, but in terms of his ability when he gets the ball in his hands, he is dynamic, he's explosive, and he can do it in the passing game as well, and it's evident. He's a guy that I've always had a lot of respect for, coming out of Georgia, and just the style of runner he is. He's kind of like what you look for, and so it's not a surprise to me that he's stayed healthier the last 2 years, I would say, and he's had a lot of success with that.
Kickoff from Soldier Field Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. The Lions host Jacksonville Sunday at 1 o'clock. That game right here on WZMQ 19, and we will be right back.
Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
As you check things out for the weekend, not bad really. Partly cloudy tonight, morning sun, then afternoon clouds, midday and afternoon clouds start to build in on Saturday, and that'll lead to some showers Saturday night. Most should be out though by Sunday morning. We'll try to get some sunshine for the afternoon. Maybe a few showers Monday, but things look more unsettled. The storm system will bring in some showers through much of the middle and end of the week. Good chance we'll probably see a little wet snow mix in as we head toward Friday. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. And that's all the time we have for now. We'll see you all tonight at 11 o'clock.